Title: When My Stepchildren Declared Their Only Answer to Their Biological Parents. Start. When they said it, those words that sliced cleaner than any knife, I didn't even flinch. We only answer to our real parents. Real. The word echoed in the kitchen, bouncing off the marble island I'd chosen, the walls I'd painted, the home I'd built for them. Their father stood behind them, mouth open, but nothing came out. Silence. Always silence from him when it mattered. I just nodded, turned off the stove, and said, "Good. Then you'll only be needing their house keys." That was 3 weeks ago. Tonight, they're coming for pickup. The locks have been changed, the Wi-Fi password deleted, the credit cards canceled. Every privilege gone. I told their father it was time for him to step up, for once. The silence that followed said it all. No one even tried to argue. I met them when they were still raw from their parents' divorce. 2 small faces, both suspicious of my smile. I worked my way in carefully, measured love, not too much, never too soon. I made their lunches, remembered their allergies, showed up to every game their mother forgot. For years, I was the constant, the cleaner of their messes, the mediator of their tantrums, the one who stayed when everyone else left. Their father called me the glue. Until the day I realized I was just the tape, used to hold together a family already tearing at the seams. The first crack appeared last Christmas. A gift I'd bought, something thoughtful, something only someone who truly knows them would pick. They unwrapped it, glanced at each other, then muttered, "Mom says you're trying too hard." I smiled. I always smile, even when my chest tightens, even when I feel that familiar sting of being tolerated, not loved. But that night, I started taking notes. It wasn't one moment, it was a slow unveiling. The skipped thank yous, the whispering behind doors, the way their father's phone always faced down when he texted her. Then came the day I saw the group chat, her name on top, their laughter below, and in between, a photo I'd taken, the 3 of them at the lake. My hand cropped out, my caption erased, her words added, "See, still my family." That was the day something inside me cooled, not shattered, just froze solid. I didn't lash out, I didn't beg. I learned, observed, waited. Revenge isn't rage, it's precision. I started by separating accounts, quietly. I was the one handling the bills anyway. Then I rerouted the streaming services, the phone plans, the family subscriptions, all under his name. Every expense shifted slowly until my slate was clean. I spoke less, listened more, not to them, but around them. Every complaint, every manipulation, every mention of real parents went into my mental archive. I built a case, not for court, but for closure. Then I changed the locks. The kids didn't even notice, too busy scrolling, too confident in the permanence of comfort. He noticed, of course. The text came late that night. "Why'd the code stop working?" I replied, "Because it's your turn to host." It began quietly. I packed their things in labeled boxes. No bitterness, just precision. Clothes, chargers, school books, all neatly organized. Even the stuffed toys they'd outgrown. I didn't break anything. I didn't burn a single memory. That would have been too easy. The real revenge was clarity. When the weekend came, I told him pickup was required. No drop-offs anymore. "They're old enough," I said, smiling. "You wanted more time with them, right?" He hesitated, sensing something off. But guilt makes cowards compliant. That night, they stood at my door, all 3 of them. He with that same lost expression, the kids shifting uncomfortably, waiting to be let in. "Keys," I said simply. They blinked. "You said you only answer to your real parents, so now you'll live by those words." Their father's mouth opened, then closed again. He didn't defend them, didn't defend me, so I shut the door. Slowly, silently. It took them a few days to understand. No emergency transfers, no calls answered after 9 p.m., no, "Can you drop off my homework?" No, "Can you send money for—" Nothing. Their father's life began unraveling first. He wasn't ready for full custody, never had been. The school calls, the meals, the appointments, the things I'd managed without complaint became landmines under his schedule. He started texting again, then calling, then pleading. I ignored the first few.
But one night, when he sent a message that simply said, "They miss you," I replied, "They made their choice. You did too." And then, silence. A month later, I ran into them at the grocery store. Him, disheveled, kids half-dressed, arguing over cereal. They froze when they saw me. I didn't stop walking, but as I passed, the youngest called my name, quietly, uncertainly. There was no defiance in his voice this time, just fatigue. I turned, gave a small nod, and said, "Ask your dad." His face fell. Her eyes dropped. His father looked like he wanted to say something, but the moment had passed. I walked away before the tears could betray me. Revenge isn't about destroying someone. It's about giving them what they claimed they wanted and watching them choke on it. They wanted to belong to their real family. Now they do, fully, completely, painfully. And me? I found peace in subtraction. The house is quieter now. My meals are simpler. My sleep is unbroken. Sometimes I walk past their empty rooms. No anger, no regret, just stillness. They'll learn, eventually, that real isn't blood. It's consistency, effort, choice. But by then, it'll be too late, because I don't rebuild bridges that were burned from both sides. I locked the final door that night, poured myself a glass of wine, and looked out at the dark driveway. Pickup was over. And for the first time in years, so was I.